first deacons were a group of 7 men who were chosen to serve the early Christian community. It was a time of rapid growth for the church, and complaints started that some of the widows of the community, a very vulnerable group in the ancient world, were not being cared for properly. The apostles knew that such neglect was unacceptable in a Christian community, but at the same time, they recognized that they had an obligation to continue preaching the gospel as the Lord had commanded them. So they gathered the rest of the disciples together, explained their dilemma, and asked them to pick out from among you 7 men of good repute, full of the Spirit and of wisdom, whom we may appoint to this duty. Deacons today continue this tradition, while some are called transitional deacons, meaning celibate men who have been ordained deacons and who intend to become priests. The name itself comes from the Greek to serve, and deacons exercise this service in a variety of ways. The duties of deacons all revolve around this ministry of service, both in assisting the worship of the community and in exercising works of charity. On Thursday, September 28th, 18 men from the Pontifical North American College in Rome were ordained to the Diaconate during a celebration inside St. Peter's Basilica.
So the North American College welcomes American seminaries and a couple Australians, actually. But in America, it spans coast to coast. So we have seminarians from Washington State all the way over to New York. And so it's really a seminary for all the American diocese, where we come together to live in the heart of Rome, in the heart of the church, to learn more about our faith, to encounter people from all over the world. But it's nice to have an American seminary where we can have that community, that common prayer, as we begin to be more prepared to be priests back in the United States.
The 18 men prostrated themselves in front of the altar and dedicated their lives in service to God's church and His people. The ordination for deacons takes place during the Mass, after the gospel is proclaimed.
David Thomas Lee.
The ceremony begins with the presentation of the candidates. Each one is called forth by name, and he stands and answers, "Present."
Such a great gift and blessing to be able to be ordained over the tomb of St. Peter, in a place where we've studied for these past 3 years at the North American College. I was just filled by this overwhelming sense of gratitude for all the family and friends who have supported me over these past few years and have made the trip over to Rome to be there for the ordination. It was really overwhelming to feel all that love at once. I'm just really grateful to the Lord for all the people that He's surrounded me with throughout these past years.
It's the final stage in seminary formation before the ordination to the priesthood.